Very much for your time. I really do appreciate it. My first question is about coping strategies. So if you think of a very stressful moment in your life, either personally or professionally, what did you do to help you with the situation to get through it, basically? Want to go first?
Sure. Should I hold this?
Oh yeah, even better.
I think back to when my parents divorced, and that was quite tough for us as a family. And I was quite young, and my brother was even younger, so that was kind of the context. I became a bit of a parent. I think what helped me get through it was social support. I think if I think of some of my close friends at that time, they were incredibly helpful. And actually we had an extended family that lived by near us, so they were very helpful in maybe filling the void that maybe my parents left at that time. I'm good with my parents now, by the way, just for the record, in case they see this. We're good. So I found that to be one of the most useful things, thinking about the relationships and social support.
Sure. What about yourself?
I guess mine probably come from a more practical sense, if it was like in a work scenario as well, that I have a thing where if it's like you're in a work call or there's something, you've come out of a meeting and it's something really stressful, I always do like the to count like down from 10 like technique of like actually just like if you're kind of feeling stressed or anxious or angry about something, then if you slowly count down from 10 and it kind of like you just give yourself time to breathe and kind of regulate how you're feeling about something. And then also if you kind of feel like you've been in a stressful or kind of high anxiety situation, if you can kind of take yourself out of it for a walk, like if I've kind of, even if I'm in work and it's in the office, if I get a moment and then I might just go for like a bit of fresh air, I find actually just like kind of removing yourself from that situation to sort of balance yourself before then you can kind of get distance from it. I find it's quite useful, but they're more kind of practical techniques that I use.
Brilliant, yes, thank you. The second question is about a learning in life. Something that you have learned, either a way of thinking or a skill that has been very beneficial to your life, and you think that if more people know of it, they can benefit from it as well.
I mean, this is going to make me sound way more evolved than I actually am, but I really believe in like impermanence, that we will all pass at some point in life, which really helps me put perspective on like the decisions I take and the actions, and so to really be present in my life. And if things go a bit funky sometimes, it will figure itself out. But I find that sense of life is finite very helpful in thinking about how I live my day-to-day life.
Nice.
I don't mean this in a negative way, I guess, but I think as I've got older, I realised that actually people...
Wiser, older and wiser. We kind of put so much in what people might think of us, and actually people don't really think much. Like they don't really care, and they're not like the people that are in your life do care, but actually generally people are so busy honing in on their own lives and what's going on that actually sometimes I think we can limit what we do and how we behave because of people's expectations of who we should be or what we should be doing. And actually most people like aren't thinking about that, and it's all just internalized. So I think having that as a bit of a breakthrough, that you're like, actually I can just do what I want to do, and if someone objects, I can't control how they feel about that, but what I can control is how I'm responding to that. perfect. My last question is about an act of kindness to a total stranger. There are studies around the impact of it on the well-being of both the receiver and the giver. And I wonder if there is a memory that you can share, either on the receiving end or just giving it, that has been with you for a while.
Gosh. I think if I was traveling alone in India without my family for the first time, which was amazing. And on a particular day, I missed a connection for an overnight train. And it meant that I was stranded in a very rural part of India that I didn't know much about. I could speak broken Hindi, so I could navigate that situation slightly. And a very generous family just took pity on me. Like they just said, hey, come home, have food with us, spend the night, and then just go for this train in the morning. And they helped me rebook that train. And they didn't know me from anyone, but it was just very kind. And I think that's really stayed with me, as in Just something very beautiful that happened. And also, I still kind of keep in touch with them once in a while, so that's quite cool. Yeah, I sent them some pictures. They wanted lots of pictures.
That's really lovely. I have a similar, it's like a story from when I was traveling. This was many years ago now. I was in Ukraine, and I was at the train station in Lviv trying to get a ticket for my night train to go to Kyiv. And my Ukrainian was terrible, and the person at the ticket desk didn't understand what I wanted, and then I didn't have enough money or something. It was all got really complicated, and then this young chap who's Ukrainian behind me came up, and he was a student and he spoke English as well, and he basically did the whole thing for me and paid for it with his cash, and it was so kind. And then I went to a cash machine and gave him the money back, which he didn't want, and it was just all really sweet. So in the end I bought him a coffee. It was incredibly sweet, and like when you're in those moments when you don't speak the language and you feel all a bit confused of where you're gonna like be that evening or whatever, that it was really lovely to know that like someone kind of had your back in a place that felt all a bit kind of unknown, like what you were doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.